In your opinion, what's the most evil thing an average person is capable of doing? I think the Nazis taught us that with a little work, many ordinary people can be convinced to do pretty much anything, up to and including mass murder, if you tell them it's okay and the people who are being killed don't count. History has shown us that nations of mostly normal and moral people can do some pretty terrible things when conditions are ripe and collective anger and frustration boil over. Germans didn't just collectively get replaced with evil twins one morning in 1933. A dude broke into a house in our neighborhood, tied and beat up the person living there, an 80-year-old lady, living alone, and stole all her valuable stuff. She managed to crawl out the window when the robber was distracted, limped over to her neighbor, and rang him out of the bed at 3 a.m. He didn't hesitate, got the old lady in, locked all the doors, just in case the robber would try to harm her further, and immediately called the police and an ambulance. I live in a very rural area. The kind of area where you don't have to lock your car or worry about robbers. So this happening so close by. That hit me. The old lady is doing fine again. But the robber was never found. I think most everyone would kill someone if put in the right situation, pushed to it. Torturing. Killing an innocent animal. I've seen it happen so casually so many times. One of my exes got hamsters for her kids, too, so it would have company. It was male and female. They had babies. And the ex scooped them all up and just dumped them in the trash outside in the freezing cold. The way she just casually did it and even told me about it while laughing has stuck with me ever since. Well, if you've ever been without food for 3 days, love, you be really surprised what you're capable of. Unfortunately, parents subconsciously pass down habits to their kids. I think my parents are awesome. Do I also have a slightly passive-aggressive attitude because of my mum? Yep. A little bit of a know-it-all because of my dad. Everything. The average person can be convinced of doing almost any evil if given enough motivation. See Germany and Japan in WW2. The average person. Well, child rape, child murder, zoophiles, child abuse, animal abuse and grooming. Most of my opinions are based on my beliefs that most, like 95% of children and animals, are innocent, only acting on instinct. All they want is to live a good life, and well, parents or owners abuse the shit out of them for no reason a lot of the time. Also, another thing is abandoning your animal or child. Also fucking evil. Casual participation in a global system which oppresses and starves millions of people. Sexual assault of any kind. That can be from violent rape to getting too handsy after someone said no. Especially the latter, because some people are average, everyday people with families and friends who they love and are good to, and still don't see how grabbing or groping or making comments constantly about someone's body and genitals is not a joke or just playing. It's the most evil thing because how it can develop in people is so insidious that they can do it their whole lives and not even realize what it is, or think it's that bad. Murder. Not even violent serial killer kind. Just like shooting or running over someone. And killing is something every culture agrees is wrong. And something the most basic everyone understands is bad even if they're not taught it expressly. Sexual assault and harassment for some people, even when they are told expressly that what they're doing isn't okay or cool. Making comments on someone's body, or jokes, or innuendos, for example, will get defensive because they may have never been told it. Or even if they have, they'll rationalize it as, well, it's not like I raped you or anything, or girls can't do that. Guys like stuff like that, and can be around a large majority of people who agree and back them up. There are rapists who will claim they didn't know. Person didn't want it, despite said person crying and obviously being distressed, and use the, well, they didn't say stop excuse. So much of it in all forms is rationalized and even debated what counts, that people can do it and feel no remorse at all. Meanwhile, murder is murder and killing someone is killing someone. I mean, there's manslaughter, but still, probably spree killing. Hurt their pets or children. By average person, I mean someone with a normal amount of wealth, influence, skill and physical ability. So not a major politician, billionaire or evil scientist, and there should be a high likelihood of that person succeeding in doing the evil deed without relying too much on luck or outside influence. So for instance, you can't say, becoming the president of US and starting a nuclear war. For the sake of argument, assume the evil person in question is not concerned about the consequences of the evil action being one of the reasons for someone's suicide. In modern culture, the most despicable crime as seen by the public is pedophilia.